So Jin, you know that going around the table and going around the car tactic you did?
Hmm.
It reminds me of Doom, where you basically strafe around enemies in a circle. That way they can't get you. Yeah.
What happened? The reason why I got killed was I didn't realize that there was a piece of furniture in front of me, so I stopped moving.
Oh yeah. Yeah. If you don't know where you are and you run, if you don't know your surroundings and you get stuck or you stop, you're doomed. There's no
Yeah,
mistake of that. Yeah.
that's probably one of my. I would say probably the least known map for me.
Yeah, Willow is a new map that they added in a update a while back. I think it was like a month ago or something, and I think it's arguably the smallest map in the game right now because it only has a ground floor and a basement. That's it, and you better
Yeah, there's
hope.
not.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, there's like no place to hide once that thing starts hunting.
and you better be good at running
There's
around.
quite a bit.
Yeah, there's. I think only the kitchen table, kitchen counter, and the car in the garage is the only place where you can possibly duke it with the circle tactic.
No, there's a lot, like a lot in there.
Well, those two are the most obvious. I can't think of anything in the basement though.
Yeah. So in the basement, the bright room, you can loop it around those cabinets. Then in the dining room, you can loop it around the couch if you're good at it. In the bedroom to the left, there's a little chest at the end of the bed, and if you go up and over the bed and then around, it can't actually go over that chest. It's the hardest to loop, and it's not sustainable because it can see you. So you can only do it once.
You know, Jin, that I don't know if the developers are thinking about this already or they know it, but if they're gonna add an animated difficulty, I think one of the suggestions that they should do is eliminate the chance of circling around in those areas that a lot of speedrunners like to do. Nothing against you, but if they want to add a bit of a challenge, I think that possibility of circling around should not be there. Maybe some object or something falls from the shelf or something, and you can't circle around that area like you normally went to. I don't know. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, one thing they could do to change everything at Willow is where the counter is, which is the most obvious place to circle it. If they made the cabinet doors interactable and also physical, because if the ghost opens a cabinet door, that ruins your run around it. That's all you need.
Yeah, anything.
Just little simple things.
Yeah, anything to shake up the routine, so it's not gonna be like, oh, we know exactly how to beat this ghost, just do this and it'll work every time. Just anything to make it more challenging, but not too much to the point where it's unfair. Yeah.
So Jin's not too bad. Even with the power on, you can do it because it slows down when it's near you.
Yeah.
Mare is, it's not that strong really. You can do the same thing. A Revenant, that is difficult. That's not to be looped if you don't know what you're doing.
Nope.
But it can be done because if it can't see you, like you break line of sight, it's the easiest to loop out of all of them. It's kind of a bit counterintuitive. The Hunter is actually the most difficult to loop if the power's not on because it's always fast, meaning you will never be able to outrun it.
In other words, you have to be very calm and know what you're doing when you're doing that.
Yeah, so basic and well, the ghost can turn around at will. Like if you have to actually keep audio or something moving, because if you only have your flashlight on, if you move just a little bit too fast around the counter, it'll actually turn around and go the other way, and you can't see what you're doing. So you're kind of blind, and you can die that way too. That's why I play music, because the ghost will always go to the last sound, meaning that I'm always going to chase it the way I want it.
You know, that's not a bad tactic, but I think the developers will think of a way of countering that, but I don't know because I mean I can see what you're doing there. It's really nice, and it's really nice that there's people like you that are willing to how would you say it? I don't know how would you call it, breaking the game in a way, but not really.
I'd say it's ballsy because you can easily die doing that. It's if you bring all the gear in, that's a costly mistake.
Oh yeah. I'm just saying in a way that when people find different ways to try to when beating the ghost, the devs can say, "Hey, maybe you can tweak this a little bit," and because it's another way of helping make the game better, And they seem to be listening to the community, especially with the help they've been having. So I don't know. That just thought that was happening.
Yeah. When it comes to looping and everything, I don't think they're going to change much, because the way they've made it is that if you run from a ghost and let's say go around a corner and hide in a cabinet, they want to give the player a chance that the ghost slows down and the ghost doesn't see him go in the cabinet. So I don't think they're going to modify it for that reason, because the people that do genuinely hide need that kind of buff, whereas me, no, I didn't need it.
Well, if they were going to modify that in any way, it would be in the nightmare difficulty if they really want to kick it up a notch.
See, the nightmare difficulty, yeah, that would be better if they make it so if it upright sees you, it goes its full speed if it can.
Yeah, 50-50 chance in a way, I guess. So it's not going to be completely predictable, so that people are not going to have that mentality, oh, it sees you, you're dead.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, that's more of a nightmare difficulty thing.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to keep hopping around lobbies if that's right.
Well, Jane, we can do another game if you want. I was just talking about it, that's all. Up to you.
Oh, no, that's all right. Nah, I'll keep up around. It's what I normally do. And besides, Edgefield's actually the map I hate the most out of all of Phasmo.
I can change. I can
despise.
Well, Jen, if you want to stay around, we can change to Asylum of Willow. It's up to you.
Nah, that's all right. It's the main reason I actually hate Edgefield anyway is when you do hide on Edgefield, it's not that great. So any of the cabinets in the upstairs hallway, there's a good chance he'll check it anyway and you'll die. The bedroom cabinet next door, it checks it occasionally, so you can die there. I think it's literally just the basement cabinet is one of the safest, and even then it checks that. And then let's say you want to loop the ghost, Edgefield is nearly impossible. It's the one map you can't loop it.
So, Jin, I don't think I'm going to get another opportunity like this again, but I'm just curious to know what would you say is your quote favorite map of this game so far? Because you've been through this game so many times, more than most people, though. So I'm just curious to know what your opinion is on this.
A nice map for size, and it does have a little bit of challenge to it. Like, it takes a little while to find the ghost. Maybe Grafton. Maybe it's a moderate sized map, so it's a bigger house. There's guaranteed voodoo dolls on it, so you can get interaction photos off the bat. Just easy money, really. Obviously, I have to talk looping about it. That map is huge for looping. You can do it anywhere, really. So if you are stuck in a pickle, you can just outrun it no matter what. Yeah, probably Grafton. Asylum's okay, but it's kind of just big. That's its only downside. It's a nice map, but just big.
Like Cyberpunk, big but no substance.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I didn't mean to take much of your time, Jin, but I just wanted to have a conversation because, like I was saying earlier, it's not very often I come across very, very experienced players with levels like this. It's kind of like an honor if you want to think it that way.
Thank you. But yeah, no, I just really like the game, and there are the odd games where I would take it pretty seriously, like an actually hide, but that would be mostly for the private games that like want to take it seriously. Otherwise, no. I haven't died in a long time on this game, and I do some pretty stupid shit on it too. So I'd argue I should be dead.
Like what?
Oh, like talking to the Ouija board while it's hunting, messing with phantoms, like looping phantoms, which is exceptionally dangerous because it can just walk through the counter. So you just have to get lucky it doesn't do it.
So you've never died in this game? Ever?
I've died, and I think every death has been to something stupid like looping the ghost, or I think almost all my deaths have been to looping the ghost. I haven't actually died while hiding.
I've already died a couple of times in certain maps in closets, even if you stay quiet. But then again, I think you probably know why, because they adjusted the AI where you can, the ghost will open the closet and will still get you anyway. So I don't know the full details, but yeah.
Yeah, Edgefield for that is again probably one of the worst. That it will check a lot of the hiding spots,
I'm up.
and there's a lot of there's a lot of other rooms where it just walks through the door, but there's no hiding spots. So, yeah.
No, I'm up. Sorry, I was just talking to Jin here. It's not very often I come across a highly level player that has experience. That's all. It's pretty interesting conversation there, Jin. Yeah.
Have you got a favorite ghost or map?
That was so
yourself?
awkward.
Wait, sorry, what did you say, Comp?
I said that was so awkward to mobbed.
Mob?
Yeah, I just joined like a random group and I was like, where the fuck?
Hey, it's okay, guys. You're in good hands. I can assure you of that. Sorry, what were you asking, Jen? We're just having a conversation before we start a game here. It's pretty interesting. What do you say, Jen?
Do you have a favorite ghost or map at all?
When you say favorite, I mean, when you say favorite, are you talking about the one I dread the most, or actually have fun with?
Yeah, I'd call that a favorite, sure.
I can't say Revenant because not very often we get Revenants. So, I'm probably gonna say Hantu, because Hantu's the one that is always fast if it sees you, or
It's just always fast as long as the breaker isn't on. Because if the room's cold, it just goes fast.
I think only several times I've come across it a Hantu, so I'm gonna have to say that might be my favorite ghost for now, because I really don't think too much on that. So yeah,
Yeah, for me, the Hantu is the one I fear the most because everything I'm doing, like looping and that, you won't see me try it if it's a Hantu. And if you do, I'm being pretty gutsy with it because it doesn't work. It doesn't work forever.
Yeah, so Comp and Mob, if you guys, so we were just talking about the game overall before we're starting the next game here. So we were just talking about our experiences there, like what our favorite moments, what our least favorite moments, etc., etc. So, yeah.
Mine has died all the time.
I know, especially for stupid reasons. That's what we were just talking about. Yeah, Jin was just talking about how he was being chased by, forgot what the name of the ghost is, but he was basically talking to Luigi board and the ghost was hunting at the same time.
I mean, that was literally last game. That's all I was doing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll keep hopping around, but you have a good game.
No worries, Jen. It's been an honor talking to you, right? Like you said so yourself, it's not very often we come across players like you that are this high of a level.
But we're out there. Don't worry. Keep looking. We'll be there. All right. Catch you later.
Later, Jen. Thanks for your time.
No worries.